Alright, I'm going to show you one of the features this Lexus has when you power off the engine or power on the engine. So what happens is the steering wheel will adjust to its previous setting, and so will the seat. So I'm going to go ahead and power off before we do the walk around on the car. So let's go and do that now. Go ahead and power off, and then you can see the steering wheel move and the seat move back in its place. Alright, I have the doors open and the hood and hatch, back hatch open. So I open the hood up, and this is different. As you can see, part of the engine here, well, the engine here, and then all this plastic covering it, which is something new to me. Here is your engine coolant. There's your battery somewhere behind this. Just needs a little cleanup. But there's your battery. Goes back into place. Let me pull this up, see what this looks like. All right, I'm back. Two people stopped and they wanted to look at this Lexus. They thought it was really cool. Anyway, back to the video. I did steal some napkins from them, so I got some napkins to check the oil. So anyway, I was working on this coolant latch. I got it off there finally. It just needed some finagling. It's catching somewhere unless I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, it's catching that little latch right there. It's catching right there. Anyway, it's just, you just see the lid there. That's all you have access to with that. Looks like you have I think with my Pontiac, that was considered Ram Air, as silly as that may sound. Anyway, that goes into the intake of the engine. Here's your brake fluid, and you can check to see how full it is there. It's right there, so we're good there on the brake fluid. Here is your windshield washer fluid. Maybe it can use some, I'm not sure. Your oil, to add oil. Your motor mount. That's plastic, so we can't really move the motor with that. I was going to see if it had much wobble, but I doubt that it does. And then here's the dipstick. Alright, so I'm going to check the oil. Dipstick out. Clean it off. Splash a little bit on top of the motor. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Alright. Nice and clean. Put it back down in there. Oh, shit. Pinched my daggone finger. Alright. And then, might as well keep that napkin there. Check the oil. Looks like it had been recently changed. So that's good news. Nice clean oil change. This Lexus has had two owners. So, which probably means it's been more taken care of than maybe some other vehicles. Alright, let's take a look around the best we can with the intake. That looks like an insulator hose. There, so many things are buried away. Your O2 sensors there, fan, not much else you can see. The oil, 0W20. Enough of that. Anyway, I noticed this here. See the windshield wipers, right? The arms are normally looking like just a singular arm. This one here has this arm with two of these here, so evidently it moves in a strange way. I'm not real sure. Anyway, earlier we wanted to know there's a 2011. Engine size was a 3 point something. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, there it is, 3.5. So it's a 3.5 engine. All right. Look underneath of it somewhat. Still has a lot of its plastic, which generally would mean that it wasn't curbed a bunch of times. Over here to the wheel. Traction on the tire, plenty of tread. That's nice. And rotor. Rotor looks, see how it's worn from one side to the other? That's exactly what you want. Is an even wear. And then I'll probably see with the camera better than I can with my own eyes over here. Just kind of zoom in to see if there's much pad. Really can't see, but it looks like there's plenty of pad there, which is great. It does have a locking lug nut. We will see if there is the tool for that inside the car. All right, enough of there. Why am I blurry? Okay. All right. Then we're back here to the driver's door. Okay. Yeah, the doors are open. And then notice this here kind of unfolds where you have a storage area, cup holder, normal window, door locks, mirror adjustments, and then your seat adjustments. You can have them preset to whatever adjustment, whatever setting you want your seat. Your seat has a tilt. Oh, that's different. And then the back is adjustable. And then, okay, that's for lumbar. So it adds pressure here for lower back support. That's actually real cool. Emergency brake setting, hood release, back hatch release, fuel cap. Go ahead and unlock that. Here we have a cup holder. Interesting place for that. Okay, your odometer, trip, settings for the dash. Let's take a look at the steering wheel. Volume, mode for the stereo, up and downs button, horn, different selectors, phone stuff, and then cruise control. Nice. And then here's your headlights, turn signals. Not sure what DRL means, but and then over here is windshield wipers, and is that it over there? Windshield wipers and the spray. Okay, yeah, the rear window as well. Then I'm going to leave the door open. I'll go ahead and hit the brake, start it up. That way we can see some other features. Okay, that was weird, whatever that was. And then as we can see, the doors are open, hatches open, all that stuff. And then over here is the map I was talking about earlier. That's kind of cool. And then real quickly, this little guy here, this little knob is the mouse on the screen. So you can move the mouse around and I assume click on stuff. Anyway, and then so if we put this thing in reverse, you'll see the camera, but the back hatch is open. Let me go close that hatch. There's a button. Close the hatch. Nice. Well, not nice, but normal. Whatever. Anyway. And now we can put this thing in reverse. And there is your rear facing camera. See if I can zoom into it. Or maybe a better view. Alright. And then we'll put it back in park. We'll turn the engine off. And then here's your normal CD player, radio settings, normal settings, fan temperature, passenger temperature, gear selector, electronic, gear shifting, this knob, menu, different settings here for the display. For those who would be more familiar, here's the key fob. This key part does come undone to where you could use this as a physical key to unlock the vehicle. Set that to the side. Here is 2 cup holders. Oh, it comes out. Okay, cool. Over here is your traction control to lock in your 4-wheel drive from your normal all-wheel drive. Here is your seats for heating and cooling seats. 2 different settings. And then open this thing up. Okay. I don't know if it does anything else other than... Okay, anyway. And then this little guy comes up out of here. Set it to the side. And then this box, as you can see, there's an opening here. So that is for your cable, wiring, USB stuff. So this little box comes up and out of here. And then you have additional space along with an auxiliary port and a 12 volt. Oh, blowing away. Got 12 volt down there. Open that up, you can get to the 12 volt, and then the auxiliary, however that works, I'm not sure how well I can see it on camera if I put the camera down there. No, I cannot, I don't think. I'm not sure what you're seeing, but anyway, that's with the camera down there. I don't know, could be dark. I have no idea what you're seeing. Anyway, we'll put this back in place. Take my trash with me. Put that back in place. You see your key there, whatever. And then close that sucker. And then if you don't have a cable coming through like a phone charger, then just keep that closed. Alright, I'm going to set this down here with the key. That way I don't forget it. Alright. Okay, here is the, what I called earlier, the moon roof. Anyway, moon roof, I'm assuming that's what moon roof means. And then to open it, does the key got to be on? Alright, turn that on. Alright, now open. Okay, got to hold it. Okay. See what that looks like? Awesome. Okay, and then close it. Just tap it and it closes by itself. I like that feature. Alright. Then here's the quick handle grip. It does move some. And then we're going to close that. And over here, I'm not positive what that does. Okay, I guess it just turns off. Ain't no lights over there. Okay, so that controls the lights in the back. And there's a front one, side lights. I'm not sure what that does. Okay, so let's make sure that works. So let's open this thing up. Hold that open. And I will set the camera up there to see if it opens. Okay, I don't think it can open like that. So maybe I gotta close it mostly and then it opens up over. I'm not real sure, so let's try that. So close that. Okay, I'm not sure what that button does. What's that? Okay, so that just opens it up some. If you wanted to open it opened some. So we'll go and put it back down. So I don't have to hold it? No, okay. So you just tap that and it comes down, you tap that and it closes. And then there. Alright, here is there's my beautiful face. Has a light up there, that's kind of cool. And then SOS, I'm not as familiar with, I don't know what happens there. That doesn't do nothing. And over here, same kind of thing. Oh, okay, the light turns on when you open the mirror up. That's convenient. Nice. Alright. Alright. I think that's all from the driver's perspective. Plenty of leg room. That's, awesome to have. Alright, I don't think I'm missing anything else. We just made it to the driver's side, so I guess it is what it is. Here's just paperwork in regards to either as is or warranty or whatever the situation is, I don't know. Alright, behind the driver's seat is this little elastic deal for holding materials. Your vent. Alright, what's the situation? Okay, that seat belt goes right. That's nice and convenient instead of having the thing, always, not always, but in the way. Oh, look at that. Alright, so what do we do here? Okay, so you can put stuff in, hit the button. Oh, cup holders. Nice. That's pretty cool. Does the whole thing come down easily? How does it work? No? Nope, just that one part. And then, okay, that's a seatbelt thing. And then here is, does this thing, it must adjust in some way, I don't know. Okay, so it's all the way in, then the seat just needs to go forward. They move the seat forward. Yeah, then it fell automatically. Nice. Alright, plenty of room. I'm gonna guess this. Okay, here's a latch back here. So you pull that up. comes down. Alright, so we're all good there. I'm going to close that door. Here is the fuel cap. Good. And then plenty of tread on the tire, which is important. Then your rear rotors. I don't know if we can get a good look at the pad, but we'll try. Yeah, I can't tell. Anyway, the rotor looks good from this angle. Alright, back here, we'll go ahead and open up right there is the button for closing this back tailgate. And then back here, I don't know. Yeah, that's a Lexus. Comes first aid kit comes with the Lexus. I'm not sure what that does. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Look at, we got a 12-volt socket, a light that turns on and off. This light off. Nice. I'm not sure. Okay, that's for one of them nets or something. That looks like something happens here. I don't know. I ain't gonna dig too much. Big speaker here. Not sure what these do, but anyway. So getting all this room. Make sure I'm not missing nothing before. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're gonna pull that back out of the way. And then here, I mean, it's not stained or nothing, so it must have been on top of here for most of its life, I'm going to guess. And then, nice, I like that. We have jumper cables, clearly used, but that's not a problem. We have a jack, and all the tools to operate the jack. Nice. For those who don't know, this goes into the, I believe, front bumper so that a tow guy can winch you out of a situation. And then here should be a spare tire. Pull that up, throw that down there, and here is your spare tire. Okay, there's some grass debris. The tire seems low, so this tire probably not exactly prepared to throw on your vehicle. It looks like it's been on there once before. It's got some wear, but just needs to pump some air in it and it should be good to go. It doesn't look bold or heavily used. So anyway, what are we looking at here? Kind of buried. I'm curious. I'm gonna pull this tire up out of my way. Alright, move that out of the way and pick this tire up. Oh my lord. Alright, now we have this large open space. Alright, and this must be a tool bag. Yes, looks like a tool bag. Alright, so let me expand my camera over there. Alright, can we see? I think we can see. Hopefully we can see. Alright. Is this a tool bag? No? I'm not sure what this is. Okay, it is not a tool bag. So it looks like some sort of covering like type situation. Almost like a blanket for if you need to work on your car outside. Does that come up? Okay, this comes up. So now we have a pocket here. And so that just goes back inside there. Back in place. We'll move this back over here. And then over here, does this easily move? No? Alright. We'll put the tire back in. Alright, screw this back into place. There. And then center the tire some. There we go. this cover the spare tire. Back in, let me expand the camera. There we are. There we go. What are we doing? All right. This here, not sure what that does. Come here, little buddy. We'll lock you back in place. There we go. All right, all closed up. And then throw this Lexus map back in position. Quick look underneath. Not a whole lot to see. Good tread on the tires. Single exhaust. A tow hook. Good deal. All right. Hit that button. RX 350 Lexus 2011 here at my blurry camera. Alright, so now we're done with the back. Let's go here to the passenger side. The rotor looks good shape. We can't see much of the brake pad. That there looks a little bit more worn. Can't see it real well, but it does look more worn. Tread looks good. Door pocket for cover your cup, small tear, speaker, window adjustment. Make sure that works. Yes. I think the windows are tinted. Alright, let's put that back in place. Put that back in place. That back in place. That back in place. And the seats are in good condition. Small tear here, nothing major. Here is another door pocket. Done there. Nice condition. All right, over here on the passenger side, we have same style door to where that opens up somewhat. And then over here, this seat looks as worn as the passenger seat does. So normal wear. Down here, let me move the seat back so we can see a little better. And then down here is a small storage area and a 12 volt as well. Nice. Alright. Alright, now we're in the passenger side. Open this sucker up. Maybe it's heavy. Oh, there is the tool to undo the lug nuts. As you can see, it has the same design as the lug nuts on the wheel. Each wheel has one lug nut that this goes to. That's nice to have. And then here is the Lexus book. Seems to be somewhat well kept. But there's your owner's manual and some possible receipts or something in there. I'm not real sure. Nothing else. And then here is your hatch button if you need to do it from here. Anyway, I think that is me covering everything. Oh, and then we gotta get this front wheel still yet. Nice paint job, looks nice. And then over here, see the even wear on the rotor? It's equally distributed. That's good. Here we can see the brake pad some. I don't know how well the zoom will work on this camera, but you can see it somewhat. Alright. And the tread looks really nice. I don't see no damage. No, it has almost like a cotton-like feel to that. All right, back over here to the engine. Here is the hood latch. So you push up right there, so it latches in right here. So it's a convenient way different way of doing it. Yeah, I like that. All right. We're going to close this up. Right there is the Lexus. So it seems like the headlights are on automatic. It does have fog lights, which fog lights are underrated. Them things are great. I love fog lights. So, all right, well, here is the Lexus I drove. I forget what the price was on this. I think it's 13 grand. We had $12,995. It is a 2011 Lexus RX 350. 146,000 miles. Yep. All-wheel drive, heated leather seats, and cooled. That's important. Sunroof, drives perfect. I have no complaints. This is a very comfortable ride. Only 2 owners. They have warranty available and financing available. Good credit or bad credit. You can come down here to AA Auto and check them out. Oh, there's a light. Check out this light. I didn't see it before. At the bottom of the door, driver's door, there's a light there to provide this area to be illuminated if it's dark. Alright, so if you're interested in this Lexus or many of the other vehicles that he has here, is a used car dealer, AA Auto. The gentleman's name who runs the place is Austin Allen. He is a very friendly guy. Any questions, you can call his phone number, 740-319-9623. I think that goes to his cell phone. I called him, I think, probably 2 hours ago. I'm not real sure. And told him that I could do a test drive on the car. As you can see, there are several cars there. And there are some trucks over there. I think I've only got time to do 1 car test drive today. Anyway, if you're interested in this Lexus, $13,000, it is a nice sporty ride. Thanks for watching.